I first flew the T-34 in the Air Force at the Aero Club in 1964. That was my initial solo, and I got my initial FAA solo at that time. Then in September of that year, I soloed a T-37, which was a twin-engine jet in the Air Force. That was my initial Air Force slash jet checkout. It's an easy airplane to fly. It was basically designed to take young men off of tractors and out of automobiles and teach them how to fly airplanes. As you can see, the visibility for the canopy is excellent. It's probably the best visibility of any aircraft ever built. It has the capability of flying with a canopy either open or closed, and you can open or close it in flight. Very rare capability of an airplane. The aircraft with the designation of 5148 indicates that it was the 148th airplane delivered to the Air Force in 1955. The aircraft was completely restored in the 1980s from the ground up, so it's a virtually brand new airplane. The BB on the tail indicates that it would be assigned to the Beale Air Force Base wing, which was flying U-2s and SR-71s. The aircraft is powered by a Continental 225 horsepower engine with a 2-blade propeller. That was the standard engine for the original production. More recent models have been increased to 300 horsepower, but this is the original training configuration. It's got capacity of carrying 50 gallons of fuel, which will last a good 4 hours plus. The aircraft is capable of flying at 20,000 feet, although I don't have oxygen system, so I can't go up to that. When the aircraft was restored in the 1980s, the restorer, as an aviation history buff, had it restored to the original specifications for a production airplane for the Air Force. And so the instruments are, many of them are actually World War II designed instruments rather than the new modern flat plate or glass instrumentation. That makes it more valuable from the standpoint of air shows, because many of the old pilots and veteran pilots in the Navy and the Air Force that flew the T-34 want to see it in its original configuration. The only thing that's been added is a second VOR radio and the capability of having a GPS unit mounted in the cockpit. It is a complex airplane, so there are flat controls, obviously good engine controls. It's a retractable gear aircraft. It's a challenge to maintain it because it is an older airplane, although most of the parts are compatible with Beechcraft Bonanzas, so there's a readily available source of parts for the aircraft. The nice thing about it, it was built during a period where young, fairly inexperienced mechanics and airmen in the Air Force and the Navy could maintain the airplane. So it's an easy airplane to maintain. It's just that it is 50 years old and needs some special care.